Yes. A very good evening to you. You are tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. And of course, it's me, JP, on the Tech Street, the show that comes to you every Monday from 4 to 6 p.m., giving you guys a sneak peek into the world of technology, telling you guys about what's really happening, what's trending, what's new, what's hot, what's there for you to cop, or is there something that you need to drop? Now, today's going to be exciting because we're going to be diving into gadgets. And of course, I know you guys have been waiting and waiting with bated breath to see what we have for you in store. I'm going to be introducing a special guest who's going to be joining us in studio. And of course, you can feel free to send in your questions, your shout outs. If you're tuned in and listening to us from our YouTube channel, you can always just comment on the page. If you haven't followed us on Facebook yet, you can follow Icon Radio KE on Facebook. And of course, we have our Twitter handles as well, Icon Radio KE all across the board. And you can also stream online on our website on www.iconradio.co.ke. Now, how is everybody feeling this evening? I know many of you guys who are probably listening to me are probably home. I hope that none of you are stuck, in traffic or in the middle of a tear gas nation. Of course, it's the 20th of March, and we had scheduled or rather, the opposition had scheduled lots and lots of rallies that are running concurrently in many towns across the country. And we have had our dose of drama this morning already. And I just want to urge you guys to keep safe, of course, and try as much as possible to keep the peace. When you're demonstrating, just make sure that we don't lose lives, man. We want people to be healthy. We want people to be happy. And we want you guys to experience life as it should be. And we really hope that the government will also listen to the pleas of the opposition. So this is going to be something interesting. But we are not here to talk about politics. We are here to talk about technology. And starting with our first story today, Techno just launched its latest entry level Spark 10 series last week in the country. And they're already gearing up to bring the long-awaited Phantom V Fold. This is the company's first foray into the foldable format, and they have launched it at this year's MWC, where they made their first appearances on the showroom floor. So Tecno is also launching the V Fold in the country, and it means it's going to compete with the industry-leading Samsung Z Fold 4. So I don't know if you guys are ready for that competition. Globally, it is already competing with Oppo's Find N2. There's also Vivo's X Fold. Xiaomi's Mix Fold 2 and Honor's Magic VS. By the way, I always have trouble spelling this. I don't know if it's Xiaomi, Xiaomi. So yeah, if you do know how that pronunciation is done, probably you can hit me up, or rather, the company itself can alert Icon Radio, and maybe we can learn more about what these products are about. Yeah, so we're really looking forward to see how this Techno product is going to be launched in the market. Of course, they're trying to compete with the Fold series that is happening. Samsung already did that launch a few months ago, so it's really interesting, and I hope that we can get our hands on these devices because we're soon going to be having and bringing people on board. We're going to be sharing more details about how these devices work. Now, the ICT regulator, the Communications Authority of Kenya, has published new data regarding the state of the telephony market in the country for the second quarter of the 2022-2023 financial year, which ended in December 2022. So according to the Communications Authority, there were 63.3 million mobile devices in total as of December 31st, 2022. Among these feature phones, it accounted for 53.1%, while smartphones accounted for 46.9%. It has further been revealed that feature phones and smartphone penetration are at 68.1% and 60.2% respectively. So this suggests a growing interest and adoption of smartphones, of course, which is largely driven by the demand for broadband service and ease of accessibility to these devices. So we are, of course, looking at a very, very huge change from last year. Meanwhile, Telkom Kenya and Equitel customers had the highest average minutes of use off-net call at 1.3, which is mostly due to the lower calling rates provided by these operators. On Airtel Kenya, customers had longer on-net calls with an average of 2.8 minutes per call. Yeah, so that's some interesting data to analyze. And of course, do stay tuned as we dive into the tech street, giving you guys more stories that are happening, Of course, I'm going to be sharing events as well. So for those of you who want to attend various tech events, you want to know what's happening in the 254, we'll be giving you a downplay of what's going to be happening, so you can stick by your calendar, punch in the event, and make sure that you're there, and you don't miss out on what's happening in Nairobi and also in other cities. Yes, so as we dive into the music, of course, I will keep you guys posted. Keep it Icon Radio, and feel free to send in your music requests as well. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Tech Street. And of course, it's me, JP. This show comes to you every Monday from 4 to 6 p.m., where we give you guys all the information that you need about technology. There's no way we're going to run away from technology, guys. There's so many things that are happening, so many developments, and we just need to be in touch and up to date with everything that's happening. Safaricom has announced the availability of 5G mobile data packages. It's worth noting that the plans have been available for a while now. But the telco has not really explicitly, told the customers about them, and which is where we really want to come in. It has been a couple of months since the commercial launch of 5G in the country. Safaricom is taking care of both individuals with 5G smartphones and groups that want to use 5G as their primary fixed data connection, provided they're in the area served by 5G signals. Similar to how the 4G Wi-Fi used to operate. So to access these bundles, ensure that you have a supported smartphone and you are in an area where the signal is. Then you can dial *444# and select a plan that suits your needs. So of course, the packages, everybody was very eager to know how the packages are going to work, and I'm going to break that down for you. So there's going to be a package worth 1,000 shillings. There's going to be a 2,000 shillings package, 3,000 shillings, 5,000 shillings, and 10,000 shillings. And of course, the 1,000 package is going to cost you 1,000 shillings. It's going to be 15 GB of data, and it's going to be valid for about 30 days. So for the 2,000 shilling one, it's going to be 35 GB of data, and it's going to be valid for 30 days. Looking at the 3,000 shilling package, which is going to be 65 GB, and it's going to be valid for 30 days as well. The 5,000 package, which is 5,000 shillings, is going to be providing you with 100 GB, which goes for 30 days. And the 10,000 shillings package is going to be providing you with 200 GB worth and validity of up to 30 days. So Safaricom adds that these packages will be available in the My Safaricom app very, very soon. So you might want to just check it out, and as soon as it shows up on the app, you can follow through. If you'll be unable to exhaust your subscription, the extra data will not be rolled over to the next month. Come on, Safaricom, man. You want me to buy bundles worth 10,000 shillings, and if I do not use them adequately within that month, it's not going to be moved to the next month. But considering the fact that 5G is very, very fast, we doubt that you will be able to do that. So I know you're also wondering, will you be able to use the bundles if you're not in an area with 5G? Well, the answer is yes. All you need is a 3G or 4G connection. But for the best experience, just make sure that you are in a 5G zone. And the packages can be purchased many times over the month. So I don't know what you guys think. What do you think about that deal? Do you think Safaricom is giving guys a good deal on that? I would like to hear your comments. You can send in your comments on the YouTube channel. You can tell us what you think about that new package from Safaricom. 5G has been long awaited, and we cannot wait to use this fast internet. Coming back to techno, which has been scaring the hell out of us the whole last 3 months with the new advancements. Of course, it has updated its budget lineup with the launch of the Spark 10 series. Techno Spark 10 series succeeds the Spark 9 series from the last year and includes the regular Spark 10 and Spark 10 Pro. The Spark 10C and Spark 10 5G also feature in the lineup. So the Spark 10 series brings a slew of upgrades over the Spark 9 series, which makes the whole camera island look like it has a triple camera system, or a design similar to what Apple does with its Pro series of iPhones. Yeah, so Techno Spark 10 gets to keep the same Helio G37 processor as the Spark 9, but the RAM increases from 4GB to 8GB with the option of using the expandable RAM feature that adds another 8GB of virtual RAM. So Spark 10 Pro gets the Helio G88 upgrade over the G85 from the Spark 9 Pro. Just like the regular 10, the 10 Pro also gets 8GB of RAM and 8GB of virtual RAM. Storage starts at 128GB and 256GB for the regular and 10 Pro respectively, with the option to expand using an external micro SD card up to 1 terabyte. So the Spark 10 series supports dual 4G with dual slots next to the slot for expandable storage. Techno Spark 10 series ships with Android 13 baked in with a HiOS 12.6 tagging along. We get high refresh rate screens for both, with the regular sporting 6.6 inches, 720p, and the Pro has 6.8 inches, 1080p display. So, for those of you who are very keen to know about the display sizes, the processors, and how they all work, that's what Techno has done for you. And we really hope that we're going to have a chance, of course, to have a look at these devices here in studio, and of course, talk about them in a more keen way. And speaking of studio, I'm going to be having a special guest who's joining us. She is actually just coming into the studio, and we're just going to dive into the world of tech. What are the trends that are happening in 2023? What is it that you need to know? If you have questions about the new devices that are coming up, of course, do let me know what kind of questions you have. Funds. So this is some of the things that are taking people to the streets, and it's just the first time that we have seen four different nations coming together with the same cause. And March 20th today was marked as a day for these protests. Of course, there's a lot of action that's happening in Nairobi, so wherever you are, please do make sure that you keep yourself safe. Use the roads that are available, and if so, try and get home on time. And of course, trying to fight for a good cause. There are many people who want to make sure that they go away with your mobile phone, for example. So if you have your, if you've just bought the new Apple, I don't think you need to be doing anything around the CBD right now, because you might just be helping someone with a piece of technology. So guys, keep it safe. And of course, we do not want to experience any deaths, killings, and loss of life. Really do hope that these protests end in a very good way. For those of us who are here at work, of course, we're just going to keep it on the grind, keeping you informed about what's going to be happening in the world of technology. So keep it here on Icon Radio, and I'll be telling you guys more about the rugby tournament that's coming up. And every Friday, you have a chance to enjoy yourself and join in on our parties at the Machako Stadium. So I'll be giving you guys more information about that as well. And of course, I can see my guests in studio, so I'm excited. I'll be telling you more about that in a few minutes. So let's get back into the music. Welcome back. Of course, you're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug with me, JP, on the tech street. So, this is one of the safest streets you can walk through. This is not what's Luthuli becoming today. It's not what Kenyatta Avenue is becoming today. Tech Street is safe. We give you guys comfort, give you guys information about technology, what's happening, what's new, what's trending in the world of tech. Last week we had a couple of guests who were talking about blockchain technology. We got to learn so much about how this cryptocurrency works, and we had a very good time also just learning and diving into the world of artificial intelligence, of course, with Marco Loco, who was giving us just lots of insights of what's happening in the world of tech in Nairobi. There's so many tech events that are also coming up. I would love to share those tech events with you before we close the show. But just before I do that, Meta, Facebook. You guys have seen this verification checkmark thing on Facebook and Instagram, and it's becoming pretty serious. Of course, about a month ago, in line with a very unoriginal approach we have seen in the past, Meta is the one that copied Twitter, the blue, by launching the paid blue badges that they have. So the Meta verified subscription services that provides a verified checkmark that's next to your username for either Facebook or Instagram. The service started in New Zealand, then Australia, and it's now expanded the service to Facebook and Instagram users in the US and also in other parts of the country. And you have to pay. It costs you about $11.99 per month if subscribed through the web, and $14.99 if you've done it through a mobile app store. So if you choose the former option, you can only obtain a blue checkmark for Facebook, while the latter includes Instagram as well. Besides the verification badge, the service provides you with proactive impersonation protection, direct access to customer support, and exclusive stickers. Telegram does the same thing too with its premium subscription, actually. 100 stars per month on Facebook for showing support to other creators. So to use the Meta Verified, you must be at least 18 years old and complete a verification process that involves providing a photo ID and enabling two-factor authentication. So if you want to update your profile information, maybe your name, you want to update your photo, username, date of birth, those guys who just decide to change your date of birth every other time, you need to go through the verification process again and again. So to start using the Meta Verified in those countries, you have to know how to use your account. So the same steps will be followed once the service expands to more countries, including Kenya. And I think that's going to be very, very, very exciting. Now, I just want to piss off the guest who's here. So I'm going to be talking about Samsung for a minute. I hope she doesn't kill me. But I'm just going to share a story before I introduce to you guys a very special guest who's come to the building. And we're going to be diving into 2023 technology trends. And Samsung, of course, has finally announced the Galaxy A34 and A54 as expected. So there is no A74 this time round. I guess it was just numbers that we were being told, which is kind of a bummer because we loved the A73 from last year, although we never got to review it. And we do hope that we'll get a chance to review some of these phones. And of course, it's going to be Battle of the Devices, where we're going to have two different phone companies battle it back to back here live on our shows. So you can be able to see the difference between, the phone clarity, how the processors work, the screen quality, video quality, and all that. So, of course, you would like to tune in to that and learn more about that. We're going to get into the break, and then we will come back with my guest, and she will be giving us more information about what's happening in 2023, what tech trends do we need to look out for, and what we really need to know. So keep it locked. Welcome back. Of course, you're tuned in to Icon Radio, your number one entertainment plug. And this is the Tech Street with me, JP. We've been taking a long journey here and talking about devices. We've been talking about phones. And of course, in studio is a special guest who's been with me, giving you guys enlightening tips about what to detect when it comes to knowing how to know if your Apple phone is legit or it's a fake. What to use, the kind of signs and things to detect on its packaging that will help you know whether the phone is legitimate. So of course you're free to send in your questions. If you want to call in, the phone lines are open. Do check out our website on www.iconradio.co.ke, of course, and stream live. If you're among the guys who are on our YouTube page as well, streaming live, feel free to send in your questions as well, as we're about to wrap up the show, and you can get all the information you need. Before we get into that and back into the Apple products, I don't know if we all know what happened to the FCBA neobank loop, but for just housekeeping reasons here at Icon, there's a summary here that I'm going to give you. So the lender revamped the platform fully. The old Loop app with its exciting blue-green colors was replaced by a new app with a dull orange tone. While at it, Loop rearranged everything from the straightforward button placement from the old app to a very complex, rather some guys said it's very messy, regroup that needs a learning curve to grasp. So Loop has also introduced a ton of new features. You can see them by just navigating through the app, some of which are not explained properly, but they are there nonetheless. So to us, the app could have been done differently. The development team behind this rebuild could have taken a simpler approach, according to me, just bearing in mind that users tend to love products they can easily use. And at the same time, the older Loop app couldn't even have been discontinued. You see what Equity did with Easy Banking, the banking app, and Equity Mobile. Yeah, so where customers are allowed to use both platforms as they are slowly transitioning to the latest app. It is what we hoped that Loop would have done. But there is also the case where Loop introduced some charges on the platform. Before the Central Bank of Kenya even approved the lenders to do so at the start of the year, Loop was the only platform that allowed customers to move their money to mobile money wallets for free. It is why most people use the service. So when the charges were introduced, some people felt like it was done in a bad light. This also means that I&M Bank is the only lender that now allows free bank-to-bank mobile money transfers. This by itself is going to attract thousands of customers who just want to share money with their friends and family without incurring exorbitant charges. This is something that Loop should have also considered before making the drastic overhaul move. So we have looked at the tariffs and other charges on Loop, and what is clear is that the platform is encouraging people to move a large amount of money from the bank to mobile money wallets at a reduced fee. However, this is also not very good because it discourages other people, which is the majority of them, from performing low-value bank-to-bank mobile transactions. So if you can allow me to just read to you the tariffs and the fees. So if you have 50 to 100 shillings, the fee to mobile money is 0 shillings. If you're 101 shillings to 500, it's still 0 shillings. If you have 1,000 shillings, 1,001 shillings to 1,500, it's 24 shillings. And if you have above 1,500, it's going to be 36 shillings. So, as in, to be honest, it shouldn't cost you that much to send 1,501 shillings to a mobile money wallet. But I understand the reasoning behind it. But also other banks and their tariffs, they've spread out, multiple amounts, which is also another way to do bank to mobile money charges. So, we are having a card charges of a physical card, which is going for 360 shillings. A virtual card is 120 shillings. Replacing a physical card is 360 shillings. And replacing a virtual card is 120 shillings. Yeah, so those are some of the things that Loop has been doing. And of course, people have just been reviewing and finding that I really don't think that they followed the right procedure, especially when it comes to this transition. So we're definitely going to see how that will play out. But we continue to, be excited about what's happening. Now, the Kenyan and South Korean governments have launched 4 economic innovation partnership programs, the EIPP initiatives, that aim to accelerate the progress of the Konza Technopolis project. This EIPP programs for the second year of collaboration between the two countries are Intelligent Transport System, which is ITS, and Integrated Control Center, the establishment of a startup ecosystem at Konza Technopolis, 3 is the development of smart logistics in Konza. And 4, the creation of the Konza-Nairobi Corridor Transport Network. So, intelligent transport systems, it is the use of advanced technologies to, use it in various modes of transportation. And it includes the roadways, railways, airways, and waterways to improve safety, efficiency, and sustainability. The system integrates various technologies such as sensors, communication networks, and data analytics to provide real-time information to travelers, operators, and authorities, which enables them to make more informed decisions. Yes, so that's also a very interesting story about what the launch between the Kenya and the South Korean governments that have launched the Economic Innovation Partnership Program. We hope that this program will be very beneficial to Kenyans as a whole and definitely grow into Africa too. Now, of course, we are still here with Michelle Abuya, who is the general manager of Salute Iworld, which is the leading reseller of Apple products in the country as we speak. And she's been giving us a lot of tips about what to look out for in the world when you want to purchase things from these stores, just to give you guys a better glimpse of what you really need to know. So, Michelle.
Yes, JP.
I need an Apple phone, man. I'm trying to hide. I'm trying to hide my phone from the from the cameras.
I've noticed.
And but at least I have an Apple screen in front of me, so I don't think we're doing that bad, are we?
You're halfway there.
I'm halfway there. Yeah, at least that's good enough. Halfway is good enough.
You're halfway there.
Halfway is good enough.
Halfway there.
So, what are the after-sale service that you guys do? If I just walk into your store and I get a device and I start running into issues, can I come back to you?
Yeah. So in this case, you bought the device from us?
Yes.
Okay. So it depends. If the device is still under warranty, definitely the warranty will take care of most parts, except if maybe it's a physical damage. But any manufacturer's defects, now the warranty will take care of that. If you haven't bought from us, we have 2 workshops.
Yes.
There's one at the city center. Then our biggest one is at Yaya Center, 3rd floor.
Yes.
Yaya Center, 3rd floor.
Great.
We have certified Apple engineers.
Nice.
Yes.
So
4 certified Apple engineers.
Yeah. So, but I get to pay for the services, right?
Absolutely. So it depends on what exactly you're looking at. Is it a repair? Is it a diagnosis? Yeah.
Okay.
Is it a warranty issue?
Yes. Right.
So it depends.
Depending on
it depends on the type of service you're looking for. Yeah.
So Sarah Keller, who I believe was also the caller, she called us from Johannesburg. She's saying, what would be great is to showcase the Apple product to convince us Android users as to why we should buy it.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, so Sarah, I guess this is a conversation we'll probably have after, just to find out more about it. And finally, I just wanted to, before we wrap up the show, Michelle, you mentioned something about installments and payments and buying stuff through installments. How does it work? And for example, if I want to get that MacBook Pro, how flexible are your payment terms in terms of purchasing a device? There's also this thing that I've always seen on Facebook, and I've seen it on Instagram as well, trade-ins. Do you guys also do trade-ins, and what is the criteria that you guys use to select which products to retake and replace?
Yeah. So let me start with the trading.
Yes.
So the trading, we've partnered with a company called Badili.
Badili.
Yeah, Badili. So we partner with Badili on matters trading in, mostly on phones.
Yes.
We've now started doing Mac and iPad.
Okay.
So you log on to the Badili website, you're able to assess your phone. You come to our store.
Yes.
Our team is able to help you assess your phone, and then now Badili will buy it from you.
All right.
Then now from there, now you get now to top up whichever amount. Then you collect a product from us.
Nice.
That's on matters trading in. Then on
the
product financing, yes, on product financing, we have a couple of partners. So we have Aspira, we have Lipalater, then we have KCB.
Yes.
But now for KCB, it's purely for their credit card customers.
Yes.
For Aspira, what we need, of course, are the usual KYC documents. Your photocopy,
finally, probably just people are just curious to know. You had mentioned, of course, the number of stores that you already have. You mentioned Galleria. Did you guys have a store at the hub, Karen?
No, we don't.
You don't have one?
No, we have one at Junction Mall.
Oh, Junction
yes,
Mall.
Junction Mall.
Okay.
Yes, Junction and Galleria.
Yeah,
in that vicinity is Junction and Galleria.
Junction and Galleria. And of course, the one that I visited in the CBD is
Yes, you've been to the
was it
CBD
next to
and
Standard Lane?
Westgate. Yes,
Yeah.
IPS building.
IPS building.
Behind Stanley Hotel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what are some of the handles that probably you can have your personal handles that maybe the listeners would like
My
to...
personal handle, you can find me on LinkedIn, Michelle Abuya.
Yes.
Yeah, that's on LinkedIn. My email address is michelle@saluteiworld.com.
Yes.
On Instagram, I'm Michelle_Abuya. Facebook, I'm Michelle Abuya. So you can DM me in the social media platforms.
Awesome.
Yes. I'm not active on Twitter, but I'm on Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you guys have had it. It's been an amazing show here with Michelle Abuya, who, of course, is the general manager of Salute Iworld in Nairobi. This is a company that is responsible for being the #1 reseller of this Apple and smart devices. If you want to check out more, you can go to her handles and interact with her. Of course, it's been lively. This has been the Tech Street, the show that comes to you every Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. Let's get back to the music, and I hope to see you guys next week. Stay safe and love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.